You are now entering. Hell in the Pod. Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Gio Gump from Hell in the Pod, and welcome, and thank you for watching the first installment of Hell in the Pod, the culturally extreme wrestling podcast. Today, we got with us a wrestler's wrestler in my mind, a true workhorse, one of the top guys in our area, the kaleidoscope of chaos, the firework, Foxx, Vinyer. Let's go, baby. How you doing, brother? Come on, dude. Let's get with the program.
Oh, it's in the trash like everything else on this podcast. What's going on?
Hey, man.
yeah.
Can't complain. I'll be honest with you. Today's been pretty trash can worthy, not going to lie.
Makes sense.
How you doing today, brother? Thanks for doing this.
Doing good. Just getting ready to wrestle tonight for the Dynasty over at Empire Live, and I'll see what happens.
Yes, I'm excited. So, six-man ladder match for a title. I'm excited to watch the Dynasty promotion, Albany, New York. So we're at the Wrestling Hall of Fame, International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, Albany, New York, in the MVP Arena in Albany, where history of wrestling has happened. So, starting off, I want to start off with you as a young cat. What's your earliest memories of pro wrestling?
Oh, my earliest memory was watching wrestling at my father's girlfriend's sister's apartment. R.I.P. She just passed like a week ago. That was my first thing. I can have the view of, I'm thinking WrestleMania 7, but I'm not sure. But in this very arena, my father would take me and my brother down here all the time to watch everything. We walk in the front doors, look down, you just see the red, white, and blue ropes, all the blue ring, people filing in. And then you would hear, like, someone fall, take a bump, something. There's some random in there.
Super loud.
And you just hear, doom. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. And that's what I remember. It was like, I remember getting a poster of the Rockers, like that one where they're, like, in the green. The main picture that they had before Shawn Michaels kicked people's heads off. But, yeah, that was early.
So, I mean, MVP Arena, you grew up around this area?
Back in the day, it was the Knickerbocker Arena when I first came down here, where I was sitting in the stands for the 1992 Rumble. I'm like, Hogan, he's going to win. And then he did not. Ric Flair won with a tear in his eye.
And you're a Hogan guy, which brings me to my next question. That was some of your favorites growing up. I know Hogan's one of them.
Hogan and Bret. That was it. It was always Bret. I dressed up as Bret Hart. I had tube socks that were put on sweatpants and windbreakers, and I'd walk down my hallway because for some reason my hallway had 7 doors, and I would hit every doorknob as a fan. Boom, 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 boom. And my band, Zoo Green 6, actually plays Bret Hart's theme song in the middle of our set as like an interlude.
That's pretty cool.
Just to show them how excellent we are at.
The Bret Hart theme song in the middle of a rock song or rock concert is pretty crazy. So Bret and Hogan are your guys growing up.
And ironically, I think they hate each other.
Probably.
Or at least Bret does.
A lot of people hate Hogan though.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people talk about how he was to work with and whatnot back in the day. I mean, you and I spoke a little bit off camera. You wouldn't care if he had the creative rights over you.
No. If he was like, Fox, brother, I don't even like that name. You're Nancy. Hell yeah, I am. Tell me what you said again.
And you're not going over ever if I'm here.
I don't care. Leg drop me until my head is gone.
That's amazing. So, I mean, a Hogan guy through and through. Did you watch, what was the reality TV show that he had there?
Hogan Knows Best.
Did you watch it? Because I did.
It was all right, but I'll watch anything without him on it. I'll buy a book. I bought a birthday card that has his face on it. It's literally, the whole card is this big. And it's his face. And just says, happy birthday, brother. I'm like, yeah.
Listen, if I don't get that this year for my birthday, we got an issue, people, okay?
I found that at a Walmart. I'll take a picture of it and send it so you could put it right here where my finger is in post.
All right. So speaking about Bret Hart, speaking about Hulk Hogan, both guys that jumped over back in the Monday Night War era, were you a WWE or a WCW guy?
I was a wrestling dude. Like, I
Okay.
had bunk beds, and I could never find the remote. But on Channel 27, TNT, and 28 USA, I would reach, and I could change quick.
Back and forth, right?
Boom, 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 back and forth. And then they had, like, Nitro was on 8 to 11, then 11 to whatever 3 hours after that is. 2. So we could watch Raw, fall asleep, wake up, and you're still hearing Tony Schiavone talk.
Yeah.
So
And you were saying you fall asleep.
It's Schiavone. I put you on, brother.
So listen, if people are saying AEW's a snore fest, that's what he's talking about.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's because it's Tony Schiavone's voice, though. I'm not saying it's because it's snore fest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Same with Larry Zbyszko.
Uh-huh.
That's all I do. I put that on, listen to it.
It's
Very
over.
good.
It's like white noise of rain falling on the
exactly.
tin roof
And I'll wake
of the
up
trailer
thinking-
the trailer
thinking-
park.
I'm waking up thinking the Filthy Animals, NWO, and stuff's happening, and RoboCop. I have weird dreams when I listen to that old Nitros, man.
Dude, and old Nitros were sick, though.
I love
You
it.
know?
Because, like,
They were chaotic, but...
you're so used to seeing the red, white, and blue and, like, all the characters and, like, all this and that, and then you change the channel and it's, like, a black rope with a yellow rope and a blue rope. There's
Kinda
doors
dingy.
opening. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked dingy as everything. But I was like, who's this? Like, I think I told you once before, going through, like a mom and pop shop, and they had old video games. They had video games. And it was LOD on the cover of a Nintendo game wearing black spikes. And I was like, what is this? Why are the Legion of Doom in black spikes? Because I had no idea. It was an NWA video game, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like, there was one tag team video game that you could only be a tag team. And there was like a guy in brown trunks and black trunks. And that's all you would do is just tag team it up. Unless I'm making this up.
I don't remember that.
Put it in post.
All right.
Find
So
it.
that's actually one of my questions. What's your favorite wrestling video game, and what's the greatest wrestling video game of all time?
It's No Mercy. So when I first got
100%.
I first got Versus the World. And I was like, this is awesome.
I don't even know that, to be honest with you.
WCW versus the World. It's WCW versus the World, Revenge, or
WWF No Mercy. No.
WrestleMania 2000,
yep.
No Mercy. It was all like a thing. But like, I remember I went up the top rope of Eddie Guerrero. He just jumped off an automatic frog splash. I called my friend. I said, I just did it. Because, you can't figure out moves.
Yeah,
I used
it's
to have to
hard.
look in a magazine.
Yeah.
That's like a book.
100%.
Glossy paper for you people who are young. And, like, I'd have to find the moves, like. But, yeah, it was crazy. But, like, the game's evolved.
Yeah.
You couldn't even run and do a move. And then it was like, oh, you can run with a weapon.
Yep.
Oh, you could do this.
You can throw the weapon in WWF
Right,
No
now
Mercy.
the games are very real, so that's kind of fun.
100%.
But at the same time, it's like, I'll pay the game, and then I'm like, all right, 9 hours to create myself. And then I play
That
one
sucks.
match, and I'm like, I could just go to the ring and do this.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, I can't.
I'm sad.
I can't. You can. So that's different.
But it was fun, though. I was playing one match on one of the SmackDown versus Raw, or whatever, 2K, whatever it's called, and I'm my created guy, and then Bobby Fish runs out and attacks me. Now, I don't know who knows this or not, but I trained with Fish when I was coming up. He's from my town,
awesome.
my area, and like we used to travel on the road, and like the fact that him on the video game came out to attack me blew my mind.
Right.
How do you know, Sony? How do you know?
We're in a simulation, people. Okay, we talked about this on the ride here. We're in a simulation, and
Wild.
that's facts. So talking about WCW, talking about video games, WWE, and everything like that. There was a bunch of different matches created and birthed in this time era. What's your favorite type of match to watch, and what's your favorite type of match to be in?
Well, for all you promoters out there, I like to be in matches that are longer than 6 to 8 minutes. There's been that's a good question of like what kind of match to watch. I like the car crash matches, but I can also watch as people hate the Shawn and Brett Iron Man.
Okay.
I've watched that 40 times.
I can definitely watch both, but I'm definitely like a hardcore tables, ladders, chairs. I want to
that's
see
fun,
people bleed.
but, like,
yeah.
I like to go watch like a match you wouldn't think would be good because you're like, oh, I don't remember this at all.
You want to see a technical match?
Not even that, but like a storytelling match. Like
Okay.
Austin Brett has the best
Yeah.
of both worlds.
Bloody Stone Cold is one of my favorite moments of all time, I think.
Yeah, and it's a double turn. But a match that's really good that not a lot of people really probably watch is Biker Taker, The Rock, and Kurt Angle. Triple threat.
Dude, biker, I mean,
And they all do each other's finishers in the match.
Yes.
It was Crazy.
That was my era of wrestling growing up, so that's like ingrained into my brain.
that's the
you know?
not the attitude. It's whatever came after.
The
where they actually
ruthless
where they
aggression.
They had the roster split up, and they didn't talk to each other.
Right.
Only on a pay-per-view.
SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah, and it was good because you're like, oh, SmackDown is where wrestling is happening. Raw is the
SmackDown 6 made it cool to be wrestling, and
Raw
was the storytelling.
Was Raw was a wrestling show. I mean, a television show with wrestling. SmackDown was a wrestling show that happened to be on TV.
Right.
And it was so good because you're like, damn, people are like, who's Kurt Angle? Who's
Brock
Eddie Guerrero?
Lesnar?
Who's Taz? What's going on here? The other show was Evolution,
100%.
yada, yada.
And I loved both. I can't pick which one I was. If you had to pick which one you were, Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown guy, what would you pick?
What was back when it was on Thursday? I like SmackDown.
You're right. It did start on Thursday, 100%.
It was like, yeah, it was. And then like Thunder, they try to make their ropes red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember when SmackDown came here, they had like the fist. They had like the.
That's so.
They
cool.
had the oval. They had a Buried Alive match here.
That's amazing.
At the MVP arena.
That's amazing.
They had the Buried Alive, and I remember sitting up in the thing, and I was just like, this is a big pile of dirt. Like, how did they get this in here?
Yeah.
And like.
That's one of my favorite. That's my all-time. I always wanted that into a video game, a Buried Alive match, which we won't get.
I think they put it in there before because I remember you have to do it, and then you just put it in, it goes automatic, and Kane or whoever.
Well, I missed that video game then.
Drops the bulldozer of dirt on you.
I don't remember that one. That's crazy.
Imagine they made it so you had to like button mash.
That's what I thought it would be.
Button mash with the shovel.
That was my thoughts back in the day. Had to hit A or X real quick to fill up the dirt. But yeah, no, MVP Arena. Like I said, shout out to MVP Arena. Shout out to the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. We're here right now. This is a piece of history, wrestling history.
Probably the only time Foxx Vinyer will be in the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Hashtag local inductee.
Local inductee. You heard it here first.
Hashtag puts on their wrestling shows. Hashtag hootie hoo.
So let's just plug real quick when you started training and where do you train?
Currently, I nomaded around 2 different places that have a ring.
Okay.
But
so you just do some seminars too, by the way.
Yeah,
and,
I did a seminar for those who took advantage of my 15 years of knowledge and expertise. You're awesome. For those who didn't, I'm glad you still don't know how to do a headlock. But I started training in 2006. Did nothing after that, and then 3 years later, a ring opened up again, trained again, and then made a debut in July 18, 2009 was the debut, the first match, 6-man tag. You want to see a 16-minute headlock? Watch that match. I got you. I got you.
So, I mean, you've been doing this a long time,
Yeah.
15 years. How does it feel to kind of like sit back and reflect at everything that you've done? And do you feel like, you've done the most that you could personally?
No. Well, no. I feel like I've done a lot. Whenever time I think back and I'm like, I haven't done nothing. I haven't done I don't want to double negative. I haven't done anything. But then I'm like, I was in a 2016 Top Prospect tournament for Ring of Honor, the OG.
Yeah, shout out Ring of Honor.
I was in, I did AEW, Doc. I did television from for Impact at the ECW arena.
Right.
Like, that's dope. I was number 499 on the 2019 PWI 500. It's on my knee pad, some other gear. Still going strong. Fight me.
Where's it proud and strong,
Yeah.
baby?
If I'm in it now, it's been 5 years. Don't care. I'm holding on to it. Once in, always in. But yeah, like I'm 15 years in, and I know more stuff. I can sit here and talk without. Maybe I don't know what. I like head wrestling. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
More
comfortable now,
right,
obviously,
like I know
after
this,
these
I know
years.
that. I know my character. I know who I am. I know you could put a mask on me, any of these masks here at the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and I could go out and do what that is.
Right.
I'd be like, hey, I need you to put this mask on. It has lettuce. You're now a sandwich guy. Okay. It's burger time. Like Vader.
Eat it up, baby.
This is
Eat it up.
Sign. No gang signs, sorry.
It's all right.
Vader time.
Listen, we can do sign language. They'll say it's gang signs in the comments.
Blur it out
It's
in post.
Listen, Foxx Vinyer, blur it out in post. That's all you get from him, man.
My new T-shirt.
That's the next T-shirt. I'll help you make it. So let me talk about Foxx Vinyer for a minute, okay? So building this gimmick.
Favorite topic.
Yeah, I mean, we can tell. Building this gimmick, staying true to it, and dedication to character. Because I'll say, coming around here, the territory of New York State in general, you probably got one of the best gimmicks in my head, and you lived a lifestyle. So just talk about kind of creating that character and just staying true to it.
Well, about creating a character, for anyone who's listening who actually cares about wrestling, you don't have to create a character. Just be yourself, unless you suck. Then create a character.
You suck.
CAW, caw, video game. It's called a callback in the business, fellas. I'm an actor. Look at my IMDb.
Yeah, so I mean, even talking about that too, going back to the question beforehand, you've been in movies and all sorts of these things.
Yeah, been in movies, television, Thug 2 and Modern Love, Season 2, Episode 4. Amazon Prime, check it out.
And isn't there a sequel coming out to something too, or are you just kind of...
I don't know. Something. I don't know. But
he's a man of mystery, man.
Back to your question about character stuff. Like, you just got to, everyone, the generic answer is, just be yourself and turn it up to 11.
Okay.
Or, if you suck, be someone else and turn it up to 11.
There you go.
But,
fake it till you make it, people.
Right, exactly. Think
especially
of
in wrestling, though. In wrestling. Pro wrestling.
Right, in life. Fake everything. Especially if you think you're going to, what's going to entertain? Me, what do I think people want to watch? Are they going to want to watch Trunks and, no, they're going to want to watch me with stupid hair saying, things are going to happen. We're flipping out. Why? Because I don't care. I'm
building that hype, man.
Right, yeah. I'm a modern-day throwback. I'm what we all used to like.
Modern-day throwback.
But then I'm also like, oh, he can get in the ring and actually do some shite.
And that's what kind of caught my eye. The first time I seen you was Holland Patton Park. Holland Patton, New York, Town Park, right next to 16 Stone. I remember you did a spine buster on somebody, and it was just the way you came out, the way you looked, and the moves that you were doing. Like, you can tell.
Someone swiped right.
All right, bro. I'm going to have to hit you with that CEW chair after we get up out of here.
Come in.
All right, Foxx. All right, but anyways.
But yeah, it was probably a power slam that you saw. The Topanga Unchained is what we call it here in the biz.
Say it again.
The Topanga Unchained.
I'd unchain Topanga.
So when she was 14, he's a weirdo. But that's what you said. That was I know exactly. I was
like 7 years old.
I know exactly what match you're talking about. That was fun. It was a weird park. The area was nice. It was a nice drive. And then I fought 3 guys who won.
I heard.
Let's shake his. Let's give him a round of applause in post because he almost didn't get the wrestle because his blood pressure was too high.
Check your blood pressure, ladies and gentlemen. Check your blood pressure. So I got a couple more questions before we get out of here. What's the craziest injury you suffered or watched somebody suffer in the ring?
Well, in my own is I tore this bicep off the bone.
Sheesh.
Mid-match and still finished it just for the promoter to be like, hey, you know what? It just wasn't what we wanted. Yeah, no shit. It's not what I wanted either. And it wasn't even anything cool that I did. I just had the dude's skull, and I was like, I'm going to bash him into the turnbuckle. And then...
see? It always happens with the dumbest moves.
And I'm like, talking with Stevie Richards. He's like, yeah, buddy, you're... I was like, oh, you're right. But I tried to do some push-ups downstairs.
Said Stevie Richards?
Yeah, because
the dude with the most annoying theme song known to mankind?
Yeah, the...
But
he had a tore bicep, and he was telling me about it. And then the second time, later on in that year, I jumped off the top rope to the outside, high flyer, landed on the person who was, didn't fall, and tore my chest.
Dang.
Felt the pain right under the arm, and I was like, this doesn't feel good. And then somehow I got superplexed. But those are the 2 that are my specific thing that are like,
whoa.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still wrestling. Never got them fixed. Sorry, guys. But I haven't personally watched anybody get super hurt, which is thankful because I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Right.
But there's been times where, I was in a match and my tag partner gave a move to somebody, or we did something, and homie landed on his elbow.
Dislocated?
The wrong way. This shit was popped.
Yeah.
It was like,
hanging. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. But he's all right. That guy's cool. But yeah, That was probably like the worst. I mean, I've been on shows where guys been hurt, like Mr.
Right.
450 from your area, Jay Flyer.
Yeah.
You guys know him?
Heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, he did a 450 and well, I think his elbow.
It didn't go that well.
His elbow wasn't with him on that 450. But he recovered, came back, got beefier. I don't know if he's a high flyer, but I think he's doing powerhouse stuff now, which is good.
That's all that matters, man. At least
Shout
he's
out
still
to
doing
him.
it. And, you know, coming off of the question of injury and basically self-harm, what would you tell anybody who is thinking about starting the journey of pro wrestling?
Find a school with a name that is reputable. Is that the word? Is that how I say it?
100%.
Those in the back?
No, it's not, but go ahead, Fox.
Cool. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go and you have somebody who's trained by, you know, Jim, like, they'll be like, oh, who trained you? Oh, Jim. Who the
Right.
Oh, who trained you? Oh, Stone Cold. Oh, I know Stone Cold.
100%.
You know, if they have
Reputable
the thing.
people, reputable
Right.
spot.
Or if you have to go to a spot,
Good
where-
training partners. I mean, that has to be
Exactly,
a good thing
Go-
because you
don't
need to
be
trust
in a
these
class
people.
With people who are half-assing, who are just there, like, hey, I just want to. Well, there's levels actually. If you want to be a weekend warrior, like, hey, I want to wrestle once a month, once a year, cool. Have a class that just does that. If you want to be a guy who's like, yo, I'm 21, I want to go to the top, I'm doing anything I can.
Like a Mike
Do it.
Skyros or a Fox Vinyer.
Right. Don't put my name with him.
So you got real life heat with Mike?
I beat him in a rap battle once at a show. I said something, he's feeling young, about to chew him up, spit him out like Mr. Perfect's gum. I think that's what I said.
He's an artist too, by the way, ladies. and gentlemen.
But yeah, like find a school that people know. Or if you want to start at a school, do that and then be like, hey, I got a training, I have a few shows, I'm gonna go hit up Booker T school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Reality wrestling.
I'm gonna go to the Dudley school or Bubba school. Devon's is in Florida. Just do training and then go where somebody can get you more. Because you can be as good as you want, but if you don't, they always say it's all about who you know, who you blow. But if someone doesn't say they know you, what's the point?
100%.
Like if you don't have that voucher, like you can be amazing and never do anything. Me, I'm amazing. I do stuff. But like I wouldn't get places if I didn't go to a show where I knew, say, Tommy Dreamer and was like, hey, Fox came down and trained with me. I know he's pretty good. I know he can handle this spot of taking a choke slam. You know what I mean? Like he vouched, not that specific thing, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody.
Just going to seminars and being a student of the game.
Right. Go as anywhere you can. Go and learn from everybody.
Yeah.
But remember, here's the thing. Remember, if I'm going to your school, I'm going to do how you are teaching me.
Okay.
On that particular day. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you do your arm like this, but I learn this. Okay, if you learn that, why are you here?
Right.
I can't teach you if you won't be
Take a little bit
teachable.
from everywhere.
Yeah, be coachable. Coachable
Be
and approachable.
Coachable and approachable. Those are wise words from a
I'm
dude
gonna trademark that. That's
who
good.
knows a
Let's
lot.
write that down.
Listen, if you didn't catch anything from what Fox was saying this whole time, copy and paste that last little bit that he just said because that's a big gem, and I think a lot of people coming up in the game or who are in the game can take from that. So, with that being said, drop your handles, how to follow you, and let them know where they can see you next because we got to get out of here soon. You got to imagine in a little bit here.
It's true. I gotta have somebody tan me up and oil me down. Set.
It's not us, dude.
But if you want to find Fox Vinyer anywhere, just type in Fox Vinyer. Anywhere. No, I'm just kidding. Delete the last part. Fox Vinyer at Fox Vinyer. You can be at Instagram, Facebook. I don't know, where else is there in life? Anywhere. If you want to listen to my band, Zoo Green 6, Fox Vinyer. Google it. IMDb. Google it.
Hey, you see what's going on here. This is the Culturally Extreme Wrestling Podcast, and we're just getting started
Wait,
here.
what kind of podcast did this just turn into? Where's that going?
Listen, buddy.
It's the wrong way.
Here, you show me. You show me, brother. But nah,
There you
thanks for being a part of this, my man. We appreciate you doing this, especially on short notice, how the circumstances portrayed us today. Hell in the Pod, the Culturally Extreme Wrestling Podcast.
Put this in the trash.
Yeah, there you go. I actually need one of those for the trash can. But no, I do appreciate it. Check out Fox everywhere. Check out the Culturally Extreme Wrestling Podcast everywhere. Just look up Hell in the Pod. And don't be soft. Subscribe, hit the bell. See you later.
And go to the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in Albany, New York.
100% MVP Arena, International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
My picture's like Waldo. If you find it, you get $100.
You won't.
Exactly. We broke.
Thanks for watching Hell in the Pod, the Culturally Extreme Wrestling Podcast.